The world is never going to be the same again.
I'm worried about the world.
The mass chaos and crises that there was in the world, it's going to be just like that now.
This is not an accident.
How long is it going to last? Longer than even for those of you that have some cash in the bank, way past your cash reserves.
Out of 100 people, 4 will get the message.
This thing isn't going to be over in a few weeks. This thing isn't going to be over in a few months.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As guys, this is going to be a powerful video to help your perspective on where exactly in history we're in. One announcement before we continue is, guys, I've been doing a lot of self-reflection recently and working on some things that I've personally been criticizing about myself as well. Something I would like to say to all of you is, specifically regarding my Udemy and OnlyFans services, is that I'm going to be posting a lot more in those two in the days, weeks, and months to come. And a big reason why I've paused on some of the content in there is because of the recent market downturn. I was waiting more for prices in these altcoins to bottom out, and now I believe we're there. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why I've posted in lecture 133 an A-rated monster gem. This coin has been invested in by somebody who was able to find Terra Luna in pennies as well as Algorandus pennies. He views this specific crypto on a similar level to these two coins, and in my personal opinion, we're at a rock bottom entry point for this specific token. Please take a look at my Udemy course down in the description below, and on OnlyFans I will have some content for you guys tomorrow. As guys, I think I may be activating my fiat entry point very soon, and I'm going to be explaining to all of you why. Here we see this graph posted by Macro Alf. Give him a follow on Twitter, as I think he is a priceless account for great information. 200 years of asset class returns adjusted for inflations. Here are some lessons that were learned. 1, and most importantly, don't hold cash. And guys, I use that as a general principle. And it's something that I've been telling all of you for a long time that I despise doing. Personally speaking, I'm allergic to fiat. And whenever I get it, I try my best to get rid of it and put it somewhere else. Whether it's crypto, other assets, and my business. Doesn't matter. Holding cash for too long of a period of time will lose you so much money. Inflation is running rampant. Savings accounts, which I call losings accounts, give you 0.5% on your money. The reason I call it losings accounts is because with inflation, you're actually losing 20 to 25% on your money. Ladies and gentlemen, they say inflation is 7.5%. In reality, it's anywhere between 25 to 40%. We here on this channel know that fact. And we've known that for years, but the rest of the world is getting a rude awakening. Lesson number 2, real rates will go down over time, which benefits all assets. That's an important note. Number 3, stocks can also produce cash flows. Ladies and gentlemen, what I want all of you to see is that this stock market over time has given nothing but exponential returns. Not only that, but if your stocks earn you dividends, that's even more income. You reinvest that, then it all compounds. That is the key to generational wealth. But guys, when we apply this exact same graph, and remember that crypto is a new asset class that grows faster than the stock market. Whoa, baby. It's about time in the market, not timing the market. That is why your first step should be to be in the crypto space. have some level of exposure because the wealthy are flooding in here and making sure it's a big part of their portfolios. Please listen to this brief clip of Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank telling all of you that crypto makes up a sizable portion of his portfolio.
No, look, Bitcoin is not a coin, Joe. It's simply software. Ethereum is software. If you own, HBAR software, if you own Microsoft, if you own Google, why don't you own Bitcoin? It's all software. It's productivity software.
You own one Bitcoin? Do you have a real position in it? Because you're a wealthy guy.
I have millions of dollars. 20% of my portfolio is now in cryptocurrencies and blockchain.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the reason I showed that to all of you is because my investment style is very simple. All I do is I look at billionaires and nine-figure multimillionaires, and I place my pennies against their dollars so that my pennies eventually turn into dollars. It's very simple. Copy and paste what people that are smarter than you and have more inside information than you are doing into your life. And then maybe, just maybe, you'll get similar results. Now guys, remember I was talking about potentially executing on my cash position very soon. And the reason being is because I've been holding through it for quite a while. Here guys, when we move over to TradingView very quickly, we see this is the DXY, or the strength of the US dollar. We see since the peak of the recent uptrend in the crypto market, the US dollar has been rising in value. I've been telling all of you for about the past month and a half that I've been accumulating cash and just holding, and the reason has been because cash has been rising up in value. To put it simply, that means riskier assets like the stock market and crypto have been going down. But now, in my opinion, we've reached a peak as far as the US dollar is concerned. That is why I'm going to start picking some cryptos. I'm going to take a bigger position in. Guys, I believe the US dollar is about to start falling in value. I believe crypto in this altcoin season is about to begin. I believe it's now time to be in the market. And while I'm not going to use all of my cash position right now, I will be using some. Guys, remember I talked about time in the market over trying to time the market. However, the next couple weeks into the next couple months are going to be the period in history where you have to zoom in and try to time the market a little better, because these volatile price swings that are about to begin will be a tremendous opportunity for us to profit from. We're going to profit aggressively from our altcoins, and we're also going to deploy our cash into immaculate entry points. This is honestly the greatest time to be alive to be a crypto investor, and those of you that have the emotional and psychological temperament to withstand all of it will become the new 1%. Now guys, I talked to you and said I believe the US dollar is about to go down in value. The reason why is because I believe inflation is going to continue. We're going to get confirmation soon to see if I'm right, to see if they keep interest rates the same. But I think they might. Jerome Powell is going to give confirmation to what's going to happen very soon. But guys, let me just point you to a clip that lets you know what the current leaders of the US government believe and feel about inflation. Currently, I think they're bullish on inflation. They want more of it, more government spending, and the misinformation they're giving out to the world about it is evidence enough for me. I've been talking about negative interest rates on my channel for a long time because I think they're coming. And while they're not coming right now, this should be very telling as to what's to come.
But we have to live in a year where even though the bill's for 10 years, they measure it for 20 years. And IMPERSONATOR said $1 trillion over 20 years is saved. So when we're having this discussion, it's important to dispel some of those who say, well, government spending. No, it isn't. The government spending is doing the exact reverse, reducing the national debt. It is not inflationary.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a load of bullshit. I'm sorry. I had to put that out there. Because this is what they think is going on. Or they're just blatantly lying. Now, I don't know about you guys. I tend to lean towards the fact that they're lying. But it's one of the two. And you see, guys, now we have another crisis to blame the coming inflation on. You see, everything moving forward is going to be blamed on Russia.
But this starts with Putin because of global inflation for reasons beyond the gas price. Global inflation is something that we have to deal with globally, but we have our responsibility to deal with it at home, and we have legislation that does just that by increasing supply and again, creating jobs in a way that is not adding to inflation.
Now, guys, after hearing that, you all need to understand that these individuals use time of crisis as opportunity. We all know this. Right now, it's being blamed on Russia. But for the past 2 years, this inflation was due to this health crisis. And just FYI, this health crisis is continuing and ramping up yet again in China. Oh guys, yes, it has returned. After taking a nice break, we're going to be seeing that narrative coming back. Ladies and gentlemen, can that mean higher inflation and more government spending? In my opinion, absolutely. And that is why I think this artificial market, the artificial stock market, and the crypto market will continue rising in value. That is why I believe the speculative altcoin season is still upon us. But remember, the other day, this executive order was signed and given to the public. And a piece of breaking news is aligning with something I believe was reported in that executive order. Here, we see from CoinDesk, a provision looking to force proof of work cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin to switch to the more environmentally friendly proof of stake consensus mechanism is in a draft up for a vote tomorrow. We could see some volatility in the crypto market depending on this vote, but you all have to remember that in this executive order they're more friendly to climate friendly cryptos. Bitcoin is not climate friendly, my friends. No matter how you want to get around that, it's just a fact. And while it's not going away, that's something we need to keep our eyes on. Ladies and gentlemen, these climate friendly cryptos, these cross-border payment specific cryptos, and these cryptos that are going to be helping with the infrastructure for central bank digital currencies like XRP is, are going to absolutely explode in value, go to the damn moon, and make so many millionaires it'll be laughable. It's being discussed in different circles, and CBDCs were in an executive order in the United States. A US CBDC is on the table. And please listen to this clip of different circles now talking about it. It's at the forefront of the world stage and global finance. And our time to shine, guys, is coming. Please take a listen.
Of this economy and the collapse of the dollar. And I want you to listen carefully. Yesterday, or day before yesterday, no, it was yesterday that they actually announced and showed it, the new executive order to develop a plan to regulate cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Now, this is being heralded as a good thing because they kicked the can down the road, and that's true. And that's what's getting the headlines. However, it's inevitable that the government is going to attempt to regulate Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. We all know that's coming in one form or another. But something else that was tucked into that was worse. Something that has much bigger implications for the future of America than even anything happening in Ukraine or Russia. In the same White House announcement instituting new regulatory schemes for cryptocurrencies, they also said they are going to direct the Treasury Department to urgently study the development of a potential U.S. central bank digital currency, a new digital dollar. Urgently study. Well, we know the Fed is already doing a study and have been doing a study with the Hamilton Project with MIT on this for a long time. We've shown you the Treasury white papers all about digital currencies and what they plan on doing with the U.S. Fed dollar. They've done all of this. They've done it for the last few years. We know because we've seen their own white papers. But here's what they're doing now. Now they're making it public and with new urgency. They say within the next 6 months, the government is going to roll out a plan to create a new digital currency. This will mean the destruction of the dollar is coming. Your dollar is coming. Been warning about this for years, and the golden opportunity with the chaos in Ukraine, I think, has opened the door for the Biden administration because of inflation, gas prices, oil, everything about your life will be different soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, everything in everyone's lives is going to be different soon. Everything. We're going into a digital world, a digital economy, and plenty of people are going to get left behind. The stock market will implode. Inflation is going to destroy people's wealth. The middle class will be obsolete. People will be priced out of buying assets. That is going to be the fact of the matter, my friends. The American dream is dead. But, and it's a big but, those individuals that are positioned here right now at the forefront, right before the fourth industrial revolution and this global financial paradigm shift, ready for this digital economy and invested in the correct digital assets that are climate friendly, that do support cross-border payments, that are fast and cheap and help with central bank digital currency adoption, and the interoperability of different networks are absolutely going to change your life. Everyone's lives are going to change, but the people's lives in this space are going to change for the better. The XRP community consists of 0.02% of people on the planet. That's why we are the new 1%. You see, there's a statistic that says the number of crypto investors and people invested in crypto on the planet is anywhere between 20 to 25% now. You see, guys, this is the issue. One, there are a lot of people that only have a couple $100 invested in this space. Two, most of those people are invested in Bitcoin. Three, the second most amount of people are invested in Ethereum. The reason all of that is important is because Bitcoin and Ether have hit their all-time highs already. And those two are the antiquated tech in this space. You see, the retail investors, they're stuck looking at the big shiny object distractions away from the hidden gems in this space that will give the high ROI. And that's the issue. Most retail investors are always one step behind. But the XRP army, we've always been 5 steps ahead. Just like BitBoy capitulated and said the XRP army people, the crazy people in the XRP army have been right all along. The rest of the world is going to realize the exact same thing. Except this time, it's going to happen after the prices rise. It'll happen after the settlement. And it'll happen after the regret of them not getting in. Ladies and gentlemen, this potential settlement could be on the table. The case is quickly approaching a close. And we've never been so close to a climax of a moment in this market like this one. I'm enjoying being on this journey with all of you. And we're all going to continue leading from the front. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
I get 24 hours a day just like Bill Gates. I get 24 hours a day just like Beyonce and Jay-Z. You get 24 hours a day, ladies and gentlemen. What do you do with your 24 hours? You need to get more information. In our coaching program, all we do is drop content nonstop. And people are like, wow, I didn't know that. Wow, I didn't know that. See, you don't even know what you don't know. How did you let me come from behind and clip you? Do you guys know the studies show the better we look, the more money we make? Which means your website should pass the eyeball test. Your truck should pass the eyeball test. Your people should pass the eyeball test. You should pass the eyeball test. Everybody in this room has a promised land somewhere, but you can't be stuck on the city you like. You got to hear God and go to your promised land. Your promised land might be Utah. Your promised land might be Minnesota. Your promised land might be Wyoming. Hear me clearly. You better use your money to get information and access, and you better be flexible because a real shark is flexible. Can we stop fronting and get real about this thing? And if I can do it, you can do it. I knew nothing about life. I knew nothing about business, but I had the right mindset, and I learned it through sports. And y'all got to hear my story so you understand. I didn't even start on my college basketball team. I came off the bench. At the University of Minnesota, I came off the bench. But in my mind, you can bring me off the bench, but I'm an NBA ball player when you get through talking. When you get through, I'm an NBA ball player. And that's why I would walk around and say, you can't check me. You can't check me. You can't check me. If I was you, I would walk around every day and say, I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I declare it right now. I'm worth millions. I'm worth millions. I will receive my salary right now, but I won't accept it as my value. So whatever you receive right now, receive it, but don't you accept it as your value. Because there's more out here for you if you change your mindset.